I think it's also just it could be like a comfortability thing where like you started playing with Rumble and you've always been that way, you know? I don't know.
I've just never really had a reason to turn it off, and
yeah.
I'm a bit of a younger player, so I'm used to like my games having Rumble.
Okay.
So
fair enough. All right, so once again we have Stickman and iDog coming back, but this time they're facing n0ne and Nightmare. These are two players you can't sleep on. Things could be very different in this set from the last one.
Definitely doesn't look like the Foxes are sleeping on him, though.
No,
we've actually got a lead going in right now. Not a large one by any stretch of the means, but
for sure. And like we said about the beginning of all doubles matches, is they're kind of feeling each other out right now. And right now, Nightmare's going to get a nice down air to close out that first stock, spike up to Infinity and beyond.
But, you know, the Fox is definitely not phased here. Going for the edge guard on n0ne. That back air, yeah, he's like, I'm not coming back. I'm side
surprised he died there. Okay, so I feel like he could have... Oh, I see what you mean. So in a team situation, maybe it's better to just die than to take all that time that's necessary to come back and possibly have Nightmare get beat on by two players. So,
yeah, especially when you're a Marth and you're at low percent.
Yep.
You're wanting to...
oh, that knee out of nowhere. Pretty risky. That's n0ne in a nutshell.
Yeah, he's definitely a fan of like kneeing from ledge as well.
Yep.
Saw him do it there. Last time he was on ledge, actually. Goes for that up B and gets the kill off the side.
It works, and n0ne's going to close out both Foxes.
That was a very risky option.
Yep. And like we said, n0ne, the king of risky. Actually, at the end of the day, apparently it's not so much risk as it is a conditioning, a fine conditioning of the players that he's facing. I mean, it's going to be harder to see something like that in a doubles match where I think he's just kind of going in because he knows, but...
He's just like, I'll probably hit one of them.
Yeah, like there's a very deep mental game behind where and when he's doing the things that he does. And a lot of people don't realize that.
There's actually a great explanation I read somewhere of like there's like 3 levels of Melee. It's like the first level is like you're playing against like the game itself, so like
learning how to play,
trying to get like your tech and everything and being able to move the way you want.
Yep.
And then like adapting off of like any tech errors that you have. Then there's playing the matchup, so like knowing what your character can do against their character in like most situations. And then there's playing the player.
Of course.
So you just adapt to what your opponent's doing, learning what he's doing, already having like your character's movement and like your tech options all already known, and just muscle memory, and then just adapting to what your opponent does.
Yeah, well, speaking of playing the player, these two Foxes are down to their last stocks in this first game, but they set it to an even match right now. They got a grab combo on Captain Falcon, sitting at 76%. This actually could be anybody's game right now. That knee's going to seal out that stock if...
into another one!
There we go. And I love that he actually noticed where that Firefox was positioned, and for a second it was like he was in the air, and he's like, wait, I'm gonna space myself exactly here and just fall down with the knee and make it work. And they're going to close out that stock and finish it off a little bit closer than I would have expected coming into this. Stickman and iDog are doing a great job setting a precedent going forward, but we'll see whether or not they can carry the momentum into the next game.
Yeah, they definitely seem to be having some good synergy, especially, you know, they started off a little bit rough in their set before this one, losing game 1, but
for sure.
Having 2 games immediately before to work on your synergy, get that Fox feeling going.
Yeah.
Definitely seemed to help him out there.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so here's the real match, the true test. n0ne and Nightmare have had a chance to, get a taste of the opposition.
Bit of an interesting counter pick here, taking a Falcon to Pokemon Stadium. Just because generally most Falcons, they say it's at least one of their like best stages.
Is it?
I think it's just like the ability to like wall jump on half transformations, so you have a lot more options in neutral.
Something I will say though, when it comes for me, that up B just barely grazes him. The team combos coming out from these two players, that's what's separating the two of them. Those 2 Foxes are going to get taken down in 2 seconds. Now, I think what I was saying was, I don't even remember what I was saying. That was so intense. I literally, I lost it on that.
When you see the up B graze him and then n0ne going for a really nice combo, you know, sometimes...
And speaking of which, n0ne's going to dive in for another one.
Drop zone knee is not something you see often.
Yeah.
But n0ne makes it work.
And like I said, this is the match. It's going to, it's going to define whether or not they've figured it out. And here's the adaptation coming in from n0ne and Nightmare.
Again, going for the up B off stage just didn't quite wait long enough.
Yeah. What I love is both of these players are super stylish. Like both n0ne and Nightmare, these are the guys.
And you can see right there, he goes for the down air, and then up B's him anyways.
Yep. Just they will take swag over optimization at any day of the week. And now we're looking at 6 stocks to 3 right now. This is a big lead, substantial lead going forward. It's going to be really tough for Stickman and iDog to do anything right now. n0ne was bodying that man inside the pit right there. That's going to take out the stock.
Yeah, definitely looking like a much different game from the last one.
We just see that Nightmare with a sour spot in the down air, but n0ne picks up the slack and still manages to take him out with a knee. Last stock left for this team. It's looking grim, to say the least. Oh, Nightmare can't. Don't do it! Okay.
What happened?
It's just like, we got this. We're going to go in.
Oh.
Sometimes
you just got to throw out moves off stage.
You know what? It worked, right?
There were